Hello everyone! Today's lesson is all about solving algebraic expressions and solving algebraic equations. First though, let's look at expressions first. I wanted to take note of these two in particular for these concepts, and we're going to move straight onto these example questions. So first, you have to think about how multiplying -1 by a number equals to negative that number. And also when there is negative parentheses a plus b, the negative is distributed. So it results in negative a, negative b. It's also important to remember that negative is superior. So when we multiply a negative number and a positive number together, it always results in a negative number. But it's also important to note that negative times negative results in a positive number. And also, like terms are algebraic expressions containing the exact same variables raised to the same powers. So this is an example here. So we can say 2x and 3x are like terms, because though their numerical coefficients are different, their variables are the same and are raised to the same power. That's critical to note for like terms, and let's look at the example questions. So you had $150, but you're spending $2 each day. What algebraic expression models this situation? So I said x will be equal to the number of days. It's also very important to say what your variable represents before writing your expression. So first, our initial amount is $150. But you're spending $2 every day, so it's gonna be subtraction. If we're profiting from it, we are going to add, but because we're spending, the money is being subtracted from our initial amount, so we're subtracting 2x because $2 each day, and x equals to the number of days. And that's it, because it's asking for algebraic expression, not equation. So this is the second problem that I wanted to share with you. In basketball, teams can score by making 2-point shots, 3-point shots, and 1-point free throws. What algebraic expression models the total number of points that a basketball team scores in a game? If a team makes 10 2-point shots, 5 3-point shots, and 7 free throws, how many points does it score in all? So I said x will be equal to the number of 2-point shots, y will be equal to the number of 3-point shots, and z is going to be equal to the number of free throws, which count for 1 point. I can say that the algebraic expression that models for the total number of points is 2x, because x equals to 2 points, plus 3y, because y equals to 3 points, and just z, because z equals to 1 point. But this is not it. We've only done the first part. The second part asks, if a team makes 10 2-point shots, 5 3-point shots, and 7 free throws, how many points does it score in all? So what I can do is to input those values into our variables. So because x accounts for the number of 2-point shots, we can say 2 times 10, and then 5 for y, so 3 times 5, and 7 for free throws, so it's 1 times 7. which is gonna be equal to 20, 15, 7. So that's gonna be equal to 42 points. Let's move on to combining like terms. So first, let's look at this question. But before combining, we have to distribute this minus and 10 first. So it's gonna be minus 8a minus 3b plus 20a minus 50b. And we have to combine like terms. So a, they are like terms. So minus 8a plus 20a equals to 12a. And minus 3b minus 50b, they are like terms as well. So if we do this, it's gonna be equal to minus 53b. So the final answer is gonna be 12a minus 53b. Let's move on to the second question. It says negative 4j squared minus 7k plus 5j plus j squared. Because j squared, they're like terms. So minus 4j squared and j squared, they're like terms. So if you do this, it's gonna be equal to negative 3j squared. So our final answer is gonna be negative 3j squared plus 5j minus 7k. And we cannot reduce anymore because there aren't any more further like terms to combine. So this is our final answer. Our second lesson is going to be about solving algebraic equations. And there are these properties like reflexive, symmetric, transitive, substitution, which we are going to utilize to solve these problems. Okay, let's look at our first question. We are first going to distribute this 3. So it's going to be 3y and negative 9 on the other side. And we're going to try to combine like terms. So let's first try to add 27 on both sides, which is 6y equals to 3y plus 18. And then we're going to subtract 3y on both sides, which is 3y equals to 18. And so we're going to divide 3 on both sides as well, which is gonna be y equals 6. So this is our final answer for number 1. And moving on to the second problem, we're again going to use distributive property. So 6x minus 3 minus 6x minus 8 equals 11x. Let's try to subtract 11x on both sides. But first, we have to note that 6x minus 6x is equal to 0. So we have this equation 0. And again, negative 3, negative 8, they are like terms as well. So it's going to be 11, 0. Let's add 11 on both sides. So it's going to be equal to negative 11x equals 11. Let's divide both sides by negative 11, which would get us x equals to -1. Now, 3 and 4, they're a bit different. So let's look at this precisely. 3 says 7x plus 6 minus 4x on one side, which we have like terms here, 7x and -4x. So 3x plus 6. And we can say 3x plus 6 equals to 12 plus 3x minus 8. And again, 12 and minus 8, they're like terms. So equals 3x plus 4. Let's subtract by 3x on both sides. And look, 3x minus 3x, 0. 3x minus 3x, 0. So we'll get 0 plus 6 equals 0 plus 4, which will give us 6 equals 4, which is not the same. So we, for this kind of problem, say we have no solution. And for the fourth problem, we are going to first use distributive property. So 2x plus 3x minus 12 equals to 4x minus 12 plus x. We are going to combine like terms. So 2x, 3x, like terms. 4x, x, like terms. So 5x minus 12 equals 5x minus 12. And these two are equal. So we say for this kind of problems that we have infinitely many solutions. Okay. Let's move on to this word problem, all right? The carpet at the right has a perimeter of 320 feet. What are the dimensions of the carpet? So it's critical to note again here that this is also going to equal x because it's rectangular, and this part is equal to 3x. So, perimeter we get by adding all of the sides, right? So x plus 3x plus 3x is equal to 320. Now, these four are all like terms. So if we add them all together, it's going to equal to 8x equals 320. And so when we divide by 8 on both sides, x is going to equal to 40. However, it is asking for what are the dimensions of the carpet. So x is 40, which means this longer side is 3 times 40, which is equal to 120. So we can finally say that it is a 40 times 120 carpet. And this is it. This is the answer. And this is the last question for our lesson. This equation relates temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit F and degrees Celsius C. What is F in terms of C? So this equation we can say is in terms of C. But we want to say it's F equals, because we want to say F in terms of C. So it should be F equals something, right? So we're going to distribute first. So it's gonna be equal to 160 divided by 9. So I just multiplied 5 over 9 by negative 32. Okay. And then we're going to add this value on both sides, which will give us 5 over 9. F is equal to C plus 160 over 9. Now, we are going to multiply by 9, but we have to do it on every term, which will cancel this 9 on the denominator. So it will give us 5F equals 9C plus, this cancels out as well, so it's 160. Now we are going to divide by 5 to get this 5 removed. Oops. Our value of F, it's gonna be 9 over 5C plus 32. And that is our final answer. It's in F in terms of C.